Munster that lead the way at the break from Perpignan by a solitary point. Let's get back to Mark Robson and Stuart Barnes.
Well, Perpignan are feeling very grumpy at the moment. Still grumpy about that loss to Treviso. Grumpy that they scored 3 tries to 0 away from home in Limerick of all places and failed to win. Grumpy about the penalty count against them at Thomond Park, although Perry Freshwater admitted that his team had been dumb. And now that they are French champions, the natural progression for them surely is ascension to the European summit. So Perpignan will be very, very Victor Meldrew grumpy if they fail to give Munster a right old Catalonian bull bashing in this second half, Stuart.
Do you know I'm seeing Richard Wilson as Malvolio in 12th Night tomorrow, or are you just sixth sense there, Robbo? But you're quite right. And from Munster's point of view, it's gone according to script. They have been patient. As the boy said in the studio, the more volatile it is, Munster with all that experience will control the volatility. Perpignan might just go off, they give penalties away, they lose players to cards. You know, half-time did come at the right time for Munster. Perpignan were exerting some pressure. They do look dangerous in the wide channels, but hey, how many times have Munster been here in France? It would be an immense victory if they could get it, but they have given themselves a chance.
Well, just to put that into perspective, Stuart, Perpignan have lost just 1 of their last 43 home games. This is French rugby's bull ring.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the hardest place to play. They're the champions. They're brittle mentally when they're on the road, but they just don't believe they can lose here. Having said that, there's an awful long way to go for Munster. 1 point down, Perpignan will expect to overturn it, and Perpignan have a mighty bench to come on.
Gavin Hume restarts, and it's O'Connell who takes the ball. Such a steadying influence, the Lions captain. And Ollie Bowe gets his hands on O'Leary, just manages to get the ball away though, and Hurley chips it through for Earls to chase.
Disappointing there for Munster. Good take from Paul O'Connell. They had control and then the ball just dropped there between Fogarty and O'Connell, which has gone so well in the line out. Just a little bit of a breakdown and Perpignan take ball control.
Marius Tinku for Bertrand Guiri. Here's Gavin Hume, and we thought he might do that, use that huge bulk going straight down the O'Gara channel. This is Tinku, tackled by Leamy. Tinku impressive in the loose. Millet, David Marty, and it's Manas across from the wing, and they thunder in again through Tonita. Here is Millet, ball goes backwards. This is Nicolas Mas, the captain and tight head, and he's caught in a tight grip. Paul O'Connell was smashed out of the way there by Ollie Bowe, and Munster have the ball again. More turnover for the men in the blue shirts, the shirts they wore when they won the Heineken Cup in 2008. Manas chips forward, O'Leary is there to O'Gara, who really felt the presence of Gavin Hume. This is Berger.
Oh, the Munster crowd will enjoy that. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a few cupped hands from the crowd there. Gara didn't back out, did he there? Gavin Hume, a very physical presence. He defended superbly in Limerick, and that was just express train stuff straight into O'Gara. Here we see Manas controlling the ball, and then Berger. Awful kick.
Fogarty, O'Callaghan. Very simple 1-2 to the front. Very safe ball for the Munstermen. And off they go through Leamy and O'Connell. Setting it for O'Leary. O'Leary open up one of those little darts of his, and he does have that electric pace. He's on his own here. Reinforcements arrive. Maffey is one of them. Upends a Perpignan player. The referee says offside as Dennis Leamy gathers the ball, so the advantage is going Munster's way, and that all came from that expressive dart from Tomas O'Leary.
Completely fooled Geary. Bertrand Guiri, the open side, absolutely fooled when O'Leary just showed the ball high as if he was going to offload and then just changed pace. Very clever from the scrum. Watch this now. Dart there. There, that's the little up and away, and Geary doesn't know what planet he's on. Missing Perez, their regular open side there, and the penalty given. Maffey will have to be a little bit careful, because he certainly did dump a Munster player there afterwards. I think you might see it now on the French angle.
No, it's Quinlan.
Quinlan, actually.
Yeah, Quinlan. Maffey was in there, but it was the arm of Quinlan.
But that's what happened when you get someone who can make a break like that, O'Leary. You get on the front foot, the referee is always looking for the team having to slow the ball down. Pinged a negative team. Totally with Dave Pearson there. And fine play by O'Leary and a really good start to Munster.
You will not find the sounds of silence in the Stade Émile Giral when the opposition are kicking, but it does not bother Ronan O'Gara one jot.
Handy 3 points. Every point is being fought for. It was hand-to-hand combat stuff here in the first half. 13-9 useful. And the other thing it does, it just means Perpignon are 12 points away from stopping Munster getting a point that would be fantastic. But right now, Munster can continue to dream of winning.
Here's O'Leary. Off goes Hurley. Back there is Hume. That's good follow-up tackle by the winger. Dennis Hurley, converted fullback, played fullback in the 2008 Heineken Cup final. Marty, was it high? No, it's not, as Marty sort of slipped low into the tackle. Dave Pearson waves play on. This is Melee to Tunita. Number 8 into number 8. And Tunita does well. Slow ball for David Melee to Gavin Hume. Alan Quinlan is covering for Munster, and he gets it to Paul Warwick, who tries to get the ball over the head of Philip Berger, but Berger backpedals. Warwick once more as the dusk begins to settle here in Perpignan. Melee. Tunita. Up comes Quinlan. Tunita tries to get round Ronan O'Gara, or rather through Ronan O'Gara. Tinku again at the apex of that drive by the Perpignan forwards. And it's David Melee to Gavin Hume. Deep inside the Perpignan half though, Christophe Manas has Mermoz. He's superb at that, is Mermoz. David Marty, great strength by David Marty. Pile driving his way through that Munster defence. And now maybe Munster can go here as Keith Earls chips. Maffey's after it, Howlett's after it. And Howlett gets his man. Maffey's in support. Can Munster get the ball here? Perpignan have it now. Hume.
Game came to life there. Gorgeous, exquisite touch from Mermoz. The power of Marty, and Munster, they just drive them back with a counter-attack of their own.
Warwick's kick. Tunita's take. It's a frenzied opening to the second half. Now Berger can go here. Berger has all the pace in the world. We know that. And it's Watchu outside. Cross comes Wallace. Watchu just swats him away, but Wallace showing great endeavour and then staying on his feet and trying to turn that ball over. Not quite. Tinku.
Stop the game, lads.
Now there's a flag on this near side from Andrew Small. Dennis Leamy is on the ground holding his head. Watchu is down too. And Dennis Fogarty is absolutely seething about something.
Well, the only surprise would be if we don't have a flashpoint in this game.
Blue player is clearly offside.
Yeah.
One red has cleaned him out. He's made contact with the head on his head as he cleaned him out.
One red, contact with the head of player.
Head of the player as he cleaned him out.
Recommendation? I haven't seen your recommendation.
Yellow card.
Yellow card. Red
Yellow card,
one.
red number 1.
Okay, thank you.
Well, red 1 is Jerome Schuster.
Big call this. He goes to the bin. O'Gara has a chance for 3 points.
Contact, head. Decent.
The Catalans don't like it, but they're going to have to accept it.
Well, contact head, yellow card is often a real bonus, isn't it? And maybe Jerome Schuster took that one quietly, like a loose head prop who thinks he might be lucky. See it again, maybe. Number 1, he's taken down there. He's come in with a head, and you know, if that had been a red, no one would have been the slightest bit surprised. He was taken out first of all, but you can't react in that manner.
Well, he looked at a lash with the boot first, and then the head came in, and that's probably why he wasn't complaining.
Mind you, the lash with the boot came from the fact that a Munster player originally took him out, and happens. But the head, la tête, that was slightly different. Fortunate man.
A seething atmosphere, and O'Gara somehow has to concentrate through it all, which he does beautifully.
Handy lead now for Munster. Well done, Ronan O'Gara. Really good kick. Now we will see what the champions of France are all about, because the demons might just start coming down along with a dusk in this part of Catalonia. Oi, we've got a game on now this last half hour.
Well, you thought Krakatoa was a big explosion. This one could blow. Gavin Hume. O'Connell, great stretching use of the arms. Elasticated O'Connell. O'Leary.
Very good kick. I mean, that's excellent work from Munster. Quite brilliant. The lift on O'Connell, the athleticism, the concentration, and that is a mighty clearance kick from Tomás O'Leary. That is brilliant stuff from Munster.
As you say, they've been there, they've done that. It's in situations like this over the years that they have shown their greatest composure. Tinku. Tunita. Oh, they've turned it over yet again. Here's Wallace. Straightens. Nicola Mass with a tackle. It's a good rumble this by Munster. And they're down a man, Perpignan, down to 13 at the moment, player injured. Can they capitalise? Earls. Oh, they can't capitalise, not releasing at the breakdown. Penalty to Perpignan, with Tunita on this side of the pitch, down on his knees.
Perpignan hardly on their 2 feet at the moment. I don't think Nicola Mass expected this. No doubt at all. I think the nature of the 24-23 loss in Limerick last week suggested to Perpignan that if they turned up and they played some rugby, they'd win this. It'd be a question of by how much. And Munster have come out, as is so often the case when they're one of the main protagonists in a chapter of a rugby book, and they have just said, to hell with that script, we'll write our own.
And turnover balls, Stuart, so important.
Brilliant, and that has been one of the great marks of Munster over the year, the ability to just change the face of a game in the contact. They've been superb. Perpignan haven't hit hard enough there.
Oh, Connell wins the ball as if it was a Munster put in to the line-out. Well, he learnt Afrikaans from Gert Small to break the South African line-out codes of Victor Matfield, which worked pretty successfully. I wonder if he learned a bit of Catalan for this one. Here's O'Gara, now Lafemi Maffei, and it's Keith Earls, and Doug Hoylett is after this one. Across comes Berger, well played by Berger, inside to David Marty, penalty against O'Gara.
Yellow.
And Pearson's going straight to the pocket. Is that severe?
Yeah, that is. I think David Pearson has been very strong today. He hasn't been influenced. Ronan O'Gara takes him out cynically. I mean, that is the same decision though as a head-on-head action there. In the context of the yellow card for Jerome Schuster, that looks a tight call. Having said that though, it's deeply cynical. O'Gara knew what he was doing. I'm not going to argue too much. It just looks tough in context of Schuster's penalty. And maybe Schuster should have been red and O'Gara should have been yellow. Beautiful play from Berger though, wasn't it? He's such a balanced runner. You kick the ball to him and he is deadly. It's the real strength of his game.
So what you want, lads?
His lovely light feet as Berger. Now we haven't seen Perpignan in Munster territory too much in this second half so far. Why can Tinku find his man this time? Or will Munster read it again? Not on this occasion. Ollie Bow with clean ball for Perpignan.
Stay, lads.
Melee to Gavin Hume. And this is Farid Sid.
Hardly heard Sid all game, have we?
Going on this big blind side, Bertrand Guiri. The crowd baying for a high tackle. Not going to get it though.
Leave it there, let it come!
And again, the ferocity of the work on the floor by Munster is so impressive. And maybe they'll get the bounce here. Not quite. Here's David Melee. Melee flings into midfield. Dangerous area here for Perpignan. And Hurley hacks it through. And back goes Berger. And Berger gets there. And he needed all of his pace.
Perpignan trying to force the game, and Berger, it's either cramp or he's just pulled something there. I think it's cramp, but that was loose from Perpignan. 9-16 down, and they're trying to chase this game, they're trying to force the game. And this is what happens in the Heineken Cup. Perpignan with one final many years ago, Munster with nothing but knockout stage rugby in the last decade, and Munster just have that edge in experience.
No man more experienced than Dougie Howlett on the pitch.
Play on, knock back.
Good kick, good chase from Howlett.
And then the drive for Munster. Now it's Warwick. Of course O'Gara is in the bin, but Warwick pretty comfortable at fly half.
No.
Some neat handling by Perpignan. Bertrand Guiri in possession. Melee, Gavin Hume looking for width perhaps. It's Marius Tinku.
He wasn't looking for width.
No. He was looking for contact and he found it. And what can Munster do on the floor this time? They're beavering again, and they've done it again. That is fantastic. And it's Warwick into the corner. Back goes Mermoz.
Take a bow, John Hayes there. The loose head prop was the first man there. He just drove them over, and Warwick knows exactly what Munster are looking for, and the Munster fans, oh yes, they were nervous coming into this game. They said they had faith. Well, look at this. Hayes so quick there. O'Connell after him. Ball turned over again. And suddenly it was faith. Now there's a degree of expectation. Lovely kick off the left boot. An awareness of space from Warwick, who is steering the ship really well from full-back again.
Tinku taking his time.
Both sides, no dummy jump. Plus vite, s'il vous plaît.
Yeah, the referee concerned about the dummy jumping, but he wants Marius Tinku to get that ball into the line out a little bit quicker.
I'm just starting to think, when will Perpignan use replacements? They've got a powerful bench. I'm surprised they haven't started. 7 points down.
Well, there's some stamping on the floor there from Ollie Bow. It's charged down. Gavin Hume's clearance kick. Manas.
Panic. I mean, Christophe Manas got really lucky there, and he has just slashed that ball away. There's no doubt at all Munster have rattled them. Gavin Hume takes far too long, and Tomas O'Leary, who's had a wonderful second half, not the tallest man, but he jumps as high, his arms are as extended as they can be. Pressure on, and it breaks yet again, fortunately for Perpignan. But look at that from Manas.
Fogarty to O'Callaghan. Smart play on the line out by Munster.
Front slow, patient ball, that'll do Munster at the moment. 7 points up.
O'Leary, he's got plenty of forward options there. Quinlan, now Wallace.
again, it's that second ball out. Quinlan to Wallace changes the point of attack.
Now Leamy, now O'Connell, forward to forward to forward and going forward all the time, again through Leamy, joined by Wayne Dupree. This is great stuff from Munster. Desperation in defence. Now Munster men sweeping away to the left hand side. Earls and also Hurley, but it's Wayne Dupree who goes for the line.
Stay up!
It was from a position like this that Munster scored in the first half through Fogarty. Now O'Leary, and it's Warwick, and Warwick outside, and it's Hurley who gets the second try for Munster. And now there is some hot-blooded hysteria, not from Perpignan, but from Munster.
Diamond straight line, and that was magnificent pass from Warwick. And again, Munster aren't just wasting time, just going through the phases, piece after piece. They put the width on it, they go one way, and then Warwick with a flat ball, Hurley from out to in a superb line. That's a gorgeous line. Manas thinks he's on the outside, he's seen the weak left shoulder, and Hurley, who has spent most of the game chasing kicks, doing the basic, comes up with an exquisite line to cut Perpignan's defence to shreds.
Perpignan find themselves right in the middle of a fly trap now. Paul Warwick with the conversion for Munster, and it's a disbelieving rumble of discontent around Stade Aimé Géral at the moment.
Well, Perpignan at the moment, the champions of France, plummeting out of this pool stage of the Heineken Cup, and Munster are taking this pool by the throat. It's an incredible scoreline.
Paul Warwick's strike is good. It's more than good, it's brilliant. Well, all the noise coming from the pocket of Munster fans in the far corner of the ground, and my goodness, are they making some noise now.
That's a wonderful line and a very fine pass. Superb score there. Fogarty and Quinlan coming off, they played their part again. What a foundation Munster now have.
Well, now Stuart Perpignan do make that raft of replacements, but it may be
too late.
Yeah.
Well, they will come hard, there's no doubt of that, but will they now have the control in their game? Has panic taken over?
Jerome Porical is one of those, the regular starting fullback for Perpignan. Pretty Freshwater too, the English international. Up goes O'Connell again, one of those amazing takes of his.
He has been superb. Will was quite right at half time. He and O'Leary in the second half. Wonderful.
Can you quite believe that scoreline? 23 points to 9 here in the bear pit of Stade Aimé Géral, where nobody wins. Very few people win. Wasps, Leicester, but one defeat and 43. Well, you wouldn't think it from the faces of Tony McGann and Jason Holland on the bench, but it's been immense from Munster. O'Connell.
Yeah, they're doing this without their orchestrator, O'Gara. O'Leary has taken great responsibility.
And the advantage here to Munster. Ball coming off Farid Sid. Here's Tomas O'Leary, and that's Porical's ball.
Wait!
Paul Warwick. He's making a bit of an angle for himself. Donica Ryan on for Alan Quinlan. Damien Varley is the replacement hooker for Dennis Fogarty. And it's just pain for Jacques Brunel.
Just stunned at the moment.
Ronan O'Gara's back on. Jean de Villiers is on. The Springbok, post cap centre. 55 caps for South Africa. Taken by Vivalda.
5 legs, 5!
Can Perpignan find some momentum from somewhere and begin to eat their way back into this big Munster lead? And they do get the penalty. It's Donegal Callaghan who's penalised for collapsing.
Well, they've got to take 3 points. They've got to get themselves within range, first of all. They're not going for it, though. They're going for the corner. They're rather more ambitious. They've missed a few kicks at goal. Poricol is on, but he's only just on. Now, Munster, what they've got to do is hold out here. If they don't, Perpignan will really come at them. If Munster can stop them for the next 10 minutes, I think the home team's heads will drop, French champions or not. Big line out.
Guillaume Guirado on for Tinku, the French international. And up comes O'Leary, who might try to get a boot to this, but it just goes beyond him. And again, up come Munster. It's almost like cling film all over Perpignan.
Yeah, and the quality of the set piece hasn't been good enough for Perpignan.
Latest score.
Hanging on to Toulouse's shirt tails, aren't they? Munster, they're doing a lot more than that with Perpignan, beaten by 1 point at home. 14 points clear in Stade Aimé Girard. Amazing. That was such an important line out for the home team, and they just didn't get it right.
Time on, there's yours.
You know, some people were writing Munster off this week. In the Sunday Independent today, there was a headline: Perpignan pride should cripple a weakening Munster.
I won't say what the Sunday Times in London said about this game either, mate.
Still in. 5!
What's the phrase? Never write off a Munster team, and they've proven it yet again today. But there's still a long way to go. Doug Hoylett takes the ball, helped by Donica Ryan. And here's O'Gara. Here's De Villiers. And now it's Keith Earls who takes the ball on. O'Leary to O'Gara inside the Limi.
Go for 4, good competition.
Here's O'Leary.
They're playing like a team who think they've got this game now. They're crisp, they're under control. One out again. I've been very impressed with the way the forwards have just changed that point all day.
O'Leary to O'Gara. Warwick. Here's Hoyland. Hoyland has David Wallace outside, who now checks inside. Gets away from one tackler. O'Leary needs a scrum half. Doug Hoylett comes in and Nicola Mass pulls Hoyland out of the way. The ball isn't there though. Perpignan have their hands on it now.
No, not come through the middle.
Everything's such a scrap. There's no quick ball for Perpignan. Munster, who have been immense at the contact situation. Even when they can't win the ball, they're slowing them down. And you can see Farid sit desperately scavenging for quick ball, but there is no quick ball. It has dried up. Munster have gone back to their source at the breakdown. They've been brilliant there. Tactically, this has been a fine performance for the first hour or so. Really good.
Crouch. Touch. Pause.
David Melee and that scrum collapses and Munster are penalised. But with just 15 minutes to go, well, it's a long, long, long way back for Perpignan.
From 2 converted scores, Robbo, gives them a draw, but Munster if that happened, Munster would be devastated now. But 2 points before the kick-off, they'd have been delighted. Perpignan just about out. Perpignan have to get 2 converted scores and something if they're going to stay in this tournament, I think.
Munster of Treviso away and Northampton Saints at home on their final 2 pool games.
Let's go.
Guirado short. Here's Guirado. A pace. He should score from here. The tackle comes across from O'Leary. It was a great attempt by the scrum half. and the Munster defenders. Guirado looked like a big favourite to get into the corner.
I thought he was in, but I reckon Thomas O'Leary has stopped him. He's such a quick hooker. O'Leary's come from nowhere. I think the scrum half makes the tackle here. Oh, does he?
Yeah.
To tangle the legs. This is the angle. That's not the angle. Oh, his feet look very high.
His feet look like they're in the air.
Yeah. Carried over the plane of the line by the brilliant tackle of O'Leary, but do they make contact with the ground? No. I think that's a try.
It looks like one.
Doesn't matter if the flag is taken out at the moment. I think he gets it down.
Jeff Warren is the TMO.
Thank you.
It's the left boot there. It's not in touch. The ball hits the ground.
Yeah. Just to confirm, it is a try. Thank you.
Well, as you say, Stuart, the critical point there was that Guirado's feet were in the air across the plane of the touchline, but that's okay. They're above the ground, above the white line. And does that give Perpignan a sniff?
Well, it's the first stage back. It's a very long journey they've got to take. This kick needs to go over, though. If this goes over, it will lift the crowd. There's some truly appalling music pulsating around the ground. I can't see how that will inspire the French champions. Big kick. Very big kick.
Simply has to be, you feel, from David Millet. And it is a long way from being what he wanted, but it's just what Munster needed.
Well, this is a very clever line out. O'Leary, brilliant effort, and that angle you could see straight away to try. Guirado, give him credit as well. Very mobile forward, like Tinku, took that extremely well from 22 metres.
Like a Munster settle down again, and settle down this rabid Stade Miserable Perpignan crowd.
Munster are just starting to be penalised quite a lot, and it's allowed Perpignan to just boot the ball 30-40 metres and just keep control of set piece. Soft metres at the moment. Munster need to keep them down there. They certainly can't allow Perpignan to get anything else. A penalty now would do Perpignan because it would get them back in the game.
Dennis Limy failing to find touch there. Perpignan. Warnick. Look at Limy. Oh, great work from the Munster number 8 to get there. But the whistle's gone, and it's going to go Perpignan's way.
Once again, the accuracy of Paul Warwick's high ball, breathtaking. He kicks a ball so well from the back, you know. Munster take 50 metres out of the territory there. Exactly what they needed. Great chase from Limy as well.
Nicolas Durand.
Stay down back row. That's out, that's out!
Off on the blind side, and that's good work by Donica Ryan. Here's Dennis Limy. He pounces panther-like on the ball. Sensational work again from Munster and their back row forwards. Here's Jean de Villiers. De Villiers is through. De Villiers to win it for Munster.
That is that. If he's got it down. What a line from the Springbok. What a moment to find your feet in Munster colours. Dave Pearson just wants to check the ground in, but he stepped inside brilliantly. Perpignan will question their defence, but there's the jagged step, the handoff, straight as you like. Oh, brilliant from the South African. Durand is just on. He is taken out of the ball, taken off the ball there by Ryan from the turnover. A moment of world class. That is why Munster signed him.
Well, they say that de Villiers hasn't quite fitted into the box of Lego that is Munster rugby, but he looked like he fitted in there.
Brilliant individual moment. That could change his career in Munster colours. That is the way you strike back from a 5-point try.
A wonderful personal moment too for Jean de Villiers, who I'm sure was not too pleased to be removed from this side as Tony McGahan decided to play Maffey and Earls in the centre. But McGahan was so impressed with de Villiers' attitude when he was dropped from the team, and he's hit back with what could be an extremely crucial try for Munster in this pool. And it might be the try that means progress to the knockout stages.
Well, I think the door now is slammed shut on the champions of France. Steps off his right foot there. One missed tackle, two missed tackles, but he gets an opportunity and he just blitzes his way through. That's the Jean de Villiers that set the rugby world alight in the Springbok colours.
Well, it was a blitzing run from the Springbok, wasn't it?
Oh, and Ronan O'Gara, welcome to Munster, mate. You're one of us now.
Oh, Connell again. But he's dropped the ball in contact. Looked like he'd shown us the sticky fingers once more, but they do let him down on this occasion.
Well, he's led superbly as a captain here. This is up there, you know. It's not been the most pyrotechnic Munster performance, but for control, organisation, tactical nous and sheer will, this has been a masterclass yet again.
Well, they're one try away from a
bonus
point in Perpignan.
Everyone in Northampton watching this thinking, well, that's going to make life fun and games in round 6. What it will do, I think, for Northampton though, it might well make Perpignan in round 5 look easier, because Perpignan will be out. They'll almost certainly say to hell with it, and it sets it up for Thomond Park, and Northampton will go there with a lot to do.
Limas Alvarez Corrales comes on, the Puma international, World Cup veteran, and Jean-Philippe Grandclaude, who's back after injury, replaces David Marty.
16 straight Heineken Cup wins, 23 straight wins, 1 loss in 43, 2 tries conceded in the last 7 games. Tear it all up, to hell with the stats.
And tonight, squashed like a bug on a windshield by Munster. That's Grandclaude into contact, and Munster again, working away on the floor. Donica Ryan.
Hand-to-hand combat has just been Munster every time. Every single time.
Forward pass, scrum.
Big Donica Ryan there. 3 caps now for his country, gaining experience all the while. One of the youngsters in this Munster pack. You have to say it's an ageing Munster pack. Only one member of the back 5 is under 30, but what experience they've shown today.
Well, blokes like Quinlan, 36 years of age, but he's been fantastic for an hour. Experience has been a key word.
Giron.
Binding, back row, thanks Dixie.
Whistle's gone. Binding issue in the back row. And off go Perpignan. Here's Guirado, the try scorer.
Tackle around!
Bouldering into the 22. Nicolas Giron for Wachu. Giron.
Great ball.
Maxi Mermoz. Mermoz offloads to Gavin Hume. Chance out wide. Here's Philip Berger, and he throws the ball into Rodar.
I just saw Berger dummy in there and scoring. I thought it was on. Never your fault, Philip, is it? He could make a career as a Premiership goalkeeper. Let's just see. He used that in the first half to Vivaldi, didn't he? And said, you didn't give me a target, so I just chucked it into touch.
Varley O'Callaghan gets his hands to that. It's a bit scrappy though from Munster this time. Guirado again. He's very direct, he's very strong. He's a powerful man. And this is a powerful drive. It's Wallace in there though, holding the ball, ripping the ball.
Oh, David Wallace. No, I think this is the best game I've seen him play since the Lions tour. Another of the players moving towards their mid-30s. What's Dave Wallace, 33, and he just looked to have lost that dynamic snap so part of the game. But he has risen to this occasion. Heineken Cup brings the best out of Munster, and we've seen some of the old guard somewhere near their best today. This is when you thought there had to be a try. Well, that's a terrible pass.
Kissy Pulu comes on for Nicola Mass. The captain has gone. Perpignon's European Cup challenge has gone. You feel.
On the evidence of this season, you could not see Munster winning. Tony McGowan said to Simo that he's been really worried about their form, but they've just found another game. This has been a marvellous effort. In the second half, they've been quite brilliant.
And again, Munster swamping forward. O'Gara, Warwick.
Calm as you like. Said at the kickoff that Ronan O'Gara had to stay cool when the temperatures rose here. The other guy at the back, Paul Warwick, has been wonderful.
Take the line, lads.
He has so much time when he kicks. He sees where the space is. Real reassurance for those in front of him.
Very hard to tell apart, aren't they? Warwick and hurls with a shaven-headed look.
Slightly more compact, Warwick, and he's a much better kicker of a ball.
That's taken by Bertrand Guiri. Here's Gavin Hume to Mermoz. Watch you. Slow ball for Giraud. Gavin Hume in behind this time.
Stay, lads.
Giraud at fly half, where he has started for Perpignon quite a few times in the past. Kissy Pulu in possession.
Second half, it hasn't been a contest at the breakdown. It has been a sporting slaughter. Munster have just taken Perpignon to the cleaners. An absolute lesson on what has become the very epicentre of professional rugby. The contact at the breakdown. Munster have just lacerated Perpignon there.
Stuck in soft sand, Perpignan. Wheels spinning, no traction, all Munster.
Well, it would be Munster, wouldn't it, if they then came to Perpignon, smashed every modern record Perpignan have been setting, and came away with 4 tries of their own. Driscoll on, Donica, Callaghan off, as ever. He won't get the headlines with his mate, Paul O'Connell playing so well, but he's done his part.
Nick O'Driscoll, who spent a couple of seasons here at Perpignan and played in the top 14 final. Peter Stringer is on as well for Tomás O'Leary.
And I think O'Leary's been absolutely fantastic this half.
Here goes Stringer to his old mate O'Gara. Jean de Villiers, a long ball out to Dougie Howlett. Can they get the bonus point try here? And it was Dennis Hurley, who may well have been at the end of it.
Lovely back play though, wasn't it, from Munster? Very confident.
Mermoz.
No advantage going to come from it, lads. First defence was knocked on.
No advantage, they knock on by Hurley on the wide outside.
Very crisp performance. You see the confidence just coming back to the Munster team.
Well, Will Greenwood is in the studio, said recently that Munster can wriggle out of a full Nelson. Well, they've been on Perpignan's chest all day long like giant haystacks.
Pinned them on the floor, haven't they? That's where they've had them.
Jean-Claude.
And the Perpignon roar has all but disappeared.
Big Tony Buckley has come on, the 21 stone Irish international. And also coming on now for Munster is Dara Hurley to replace Rian Dupré. Dupré, the short-term signing, heads off back to South Africa in January, when Marcus Horan will hopefully be back for Munster. Here's O'Gara to de Villiers again. Crunching into contact. Stringer. It's Mick O'Driscoll. He's a real favourite here during his time at the club. Stringer to Varley.
They're trying to get this fourth try, aren't they, Munster?
And why not? Dennis Leamy inside. To de Villiers. Stringer, O'Gara, Paul O'Connell, O'Gara off the left foot, and didn't quite work out for the international, for the Lion. All that experience, O'Gara, 93 caps for his country. They get the penalty, and you're right, Stuart, definitely going for this fourth try, which you'd expect, of course, in the position that they're in, well clear of 30 points to 14, and they've got a minute to do it. Here's Keith Earls. Well, if they can steal this line out,
and they've stolen plenty. Some great displays all round, you know. I think brilliant leadership from Paul O'Connell, the back row, all the Munster pack at the breakdown, and then you've had just the guidance from Warwick at fullback, who I think has been brilliantly, along with Thomas O'Leary in the second half.
Jurado goes deep, and the tackle comes in, and it's Jerome Bertrand Guiri gives the ball away though.
First man, no problems. No, 21!
Turnover again for Munster. Stringer, this is the last chance for that bonus point try. Brilliant. And it's through for Harlett. And Harlett seals it for Munster. And it's been a glorious, glorious night here in Catalonia.
Oh, O'Gara had all the time in the world. It came from a turnover. The forwards have done the hard graft, and O'Gara just seals it. How many times? The last play of the game, there's a slight deflection. The luck goes the way of Munster, but they've earned their luck. Bang, there you go, off the boot of Memos. And Doug Howlett, who looked underpowered last week, part of a Munster team that have recharged the battery, that have re-established themselves as one of the favourites for the tournament. Those who just went on evidence, those who went on reason, have been made to look foolish. With Munster, there's a degree of faith, and they have restored their faith today. It is going to be a very Irish night in Perpignan tonight. A European masterclass from Munster.
O'Gara with the conversion, which is successful. And that will be the last act of this game. And Stuart, how do you sum that one up?
Well, to beat Munster, you have to do what Leinster did in the semi. You have got to beat them at the breakdown. If you come in passively like Perpignan did, and you lose that battle, you'll lose the game, because they control field position so well. That's what happened tonight. I think Munster also came here, in a way, the pressure was off. They felt that they would get a bonus point at the very least. They came here with a win. With that safety net in place, Robbo, they just thought, okay, we can really control this game.